Premièrement, il crée fire, then water, then earth, right? So this is creation. God created from fire, water, earth. Il crée les autres affaires. Il crée nous, human, animals, the nature, the planets, everything, right? So now Sweet Ketu wanted to know more. He became curious, right? He wanted to know more. Then his father, Udalaka Aruni, used the example of the bees and the honey. You will find that in your book, page 130, right? Avant-dernier paragraphe, y était, right? You know how honey is made, no? The bees, they collect the juices from many flowers. At the end, we are going to have honey, right? Mais quand on a du miel là, on peut servir, est-ce qu'il est capable de dire, que sa honey là is from this flower or that flower? Ou bien nous pouvons dire, que sa honey là is from bee number 1, l'autre là from bee number 2? No, we can't say. Tout finit merge, tout finit in N, no? Malgré que the bees, in all different flowers, in from different juices from the flowers, then at the end there is the honey, right? We are also like this. Good news oti from God. Here we have certain differences. I'm female, you are male, our body structure is different. Our qualities are a bit different. Maybe mom win and quality you pena, win and quality ki mom pena. There are certain differences here, but nuances, no? We are all souls. Remember that. When we will die, kutnu poale, we will return to God. We'll become one. Pareil comment tout ça juices là, in vin dans honey la liencelli, right? So we will all return to that God, merge into that God. So the point here is, why make differences? Moi, Maurice, l'autre la pauvre, mom in a high status, l'autre la very low status. Why these differences? Nous tous nous pareil. Maybe materially we are different, and Jimonika ina de la case and Lenin say la case, but fine. At the end, we are all the same, right? So this is another lesson which Aruni explained to Swet Ketu, right? I hope I can continue. Si je fais compliquer la vie, je dis à moi là. So, to explain further, Aruni, Udalaka Aruni, used 4 illustrations, 4 examples in servi pour faire ce garçon Swet Ketu comprend about God. Right? We will see one by one. You will find that in your book also, page 130, 131, etc. One example used is this, one illustration. Remember, this is the first illustration. Si dans l'examen, il demande to write about one illustration. Okay? You can write about the rivers, ou bien les autres, c'est qui nous vous faire. You can get that question to write about one illustration. Remember, so papa in servi 4 illustration, right? The first one, c'est the indwelling self. Self, c'est quoi? Self is the atma, the soul. So let's see that. Rivers flow into the ocean. Toute la rivière azotale ends somehow in the ocean. Then what happens? The water rises in the form of water vapor. No? There will be cloud. There will be rain. De la sa rain na kote pou ale anko. Li pou al daman la rivière. At the end kote li pourre ale in the ocean. Right? The water vapor, li pou come in the form of rain. Li pou al dans ocean la même. Right? In the same way, we come from Brahman. We are living here. You come from Brahman. I come from Brahman. The dog, the cat, the plants, everything come from Brahman. We have different names and forms. One is Harsh. One is Sanjeev. One is someone else. One is Bred Muhum. One is the dog. We have different names, different forms. But we come from God. We come from Brahman. At the end, kout nou pou ale. Nou pourre merge again in the Brahman, pareil comme ça de l'eau là, quand l'invin water vapor, denye le kout li retourne, the ocean in the form of the rain. Quand l'invin the ocean, pourre na water vapor là, li pourre vin rain, li pourre vin the ocean. Ben nou si piare sa même. The cycle of birth and death. Okay. Premier point important, remember, we come from Brahman. We live here having different names, different forms. Comme dire, we, c'est pas only human beings. The animal kingdoms, the insect kingdom, the plant kingdom, right? We have different names, different forms. At the end, kout nou reale nou dans Brahman anko, we'll merge there, right? Then there is the point here of rebirth. Là, nous vivons, nous grandissons, nous vivons adultes, nous vivons vieux, nous pouvons right? We'll die. What will happen to the Atma? Atma, soit li pou gen libération, soit li pou take birth again. Li pou revin là, li pou live, different names, different forms. At the end, li pou emerge in Brahman. This is the whole cycle, right? So, since we come from the same Brahman, why should we discriminate? No? And not clear and not noir? No. We all come from God. Jesus has said, Jesus has said, I and my Father are one. Nous avec God, nous un seul nous. Nous are here, we people, we are one. Right? So, si ou gen une question to write about one illustration, this is what you can write here. C'est tout. Normalement, si il y a one illustration, soit li pour 3 points, soit li pour 5 points. Right? Question 10 points, il va vous demander une seule illustration. Peut-être il vous demande tous les 4. Right? So, this is how it is. You write in your own words. Huh? Again, I'm saying that write in your own words. Do not Google answers. Apprendre Google. Right? So this is one way to explain the indwelling self. The self, the Atma, qui nous nuena, comes from God. Li pourrait return to God again. Mais je servi the example of rivers and water here. Right? Let's see the second example, the second illustration qui Aruni in servi pour expliquer Sweta Ketu. Right? We have a tree. Let's take the battle axe, right? Nous strike at the root of the tree. Nous donne un coup comme si avec the axe. Nous donne ça un coup, nous donne pied là, and one strike. What will happen? The tree will bleed. Zaniza get pied bleed. Papa quand nous coupe un pied, something liquid come out from it. The tree bleeds. Okay? But the tree remain alive. Même si on strike and cut at a root of it, it will remain alive. If you strike at the middle of the tree will bleed but will remain alive. If you strike at the top of the tree, fait qu'on m'a dit branches, tout ça. Est-ce qu'il y a là mot quand on coupe branches? Ça? No. They bleed, but they remain alive. If we strike at any place of the tree, any part of the tree, it will remain alive. The point here is what? Okay, the point here is what? Il paraît qu'on connaît une chaîne les dents, fait que maintenant que dans une racine les dents. Non. Non. Si on dit sur les doigts cassés, pas seulement les mots. Right? Et on dit qu'il a fait un accident qui est grave, capable été. Maybe he complete bed on the bed rest, but li pas more. Pareil comme un pied là, we are striking a different part of it, but the tree is not dying. Why? Parce que the Atma is still there. Quand les poumons, quand pied là poumon, si nous nous fait accident, nous fait whatever thing we had, quand nous poumons, côté nous Atma comes out of it. No? Then we no? We declare dead. So tant someone possesses the Atma, it remains alive. Pareil comme the tree here. If the Atma is still there, it will remain alive. If God decides the Atma there, the pap will remain in that tree, the tree somehow will die. Maybe I don't know if you are asking yourself the question as Pian and Atma. Of course, and Pian and Atma. Tout à fait na Atma. I don't know if you will agree with me that your table has an Atma. Mais c'est mon table là, il est immovable, non? Pied là aussi, il est immovable, mais c'est mon pied là, il grandit, il est poussé, non? Si vous dire that your table also, your chair also has Atma, veut dire quoi? God lives there. God is everywhere. Quand nous disons God is everywhere, pas veut dire God est dans America, God est dans Maurice, dans Rodrigue. C'est pas seulement ça. God is everywhere. Veut dire God is in everything. God is in the water that we drink. God is in the bottle. God is on the table, under the table, by your side, everywhere. Right? This is how the concept is. But here my point is, tant qu'elles affaires, ils possèdent un atma, ils pas pour mort. Pareil comme nous là, we are all alive. Why? Because we possess an atma. But when the atma will come out of it, of this body, we will die. Right? So this is the second illustration which you can write here. Troisième illustration is about the banyan tree seed. Aruni dit au garçon sweet ketu to bring a ripe fruit of a banyan tree. I mean, and fruit, ripe fruit. Les dit break the fruit. Quand il break the fruit, qu'il a trouvé un seed. Aruni dit prend one seed, break the one seed. Right? Quand il ouvre il a seed, il break the seed. What he sees, il y a beaucoup de petits tiny seeds there. So Papa Zali prend one of the seed and you break open it. What do you see in it? The son says, there's nothing. Garçon a Zali penanoni. Comprend the process via un fruit, un ouvre un gagne seed. When you open the seed, you know, many tiny seeds. Ou prend ban tiny seeds là, you break open it, qui vous trouvez là dans non. N'importe qui sait du boube ADN puis non rien là-dedans. There's nothing. Mais seulement, when you plant the seed, it grows, it becomes a tree. It gives us fruits and flowers and fruits. We know. Ça veut dire, we come out from nothing. Have you seen your soul? Have you seen a soul? Have you seen the soul in the tree? Have you seen the soul in the person next to you? We can't see the soul actually. Avec sa lidi qui nous est, the naked eyes qui nous appelle, you can't see. We can't see the soul. Right? But the soul is there. Comment nous peuvent causer, I'm able to talk, you're able to listen to me? C'est because of the soul. The soul is there, that's why it is like that. But the soul cannot be seen. The soul cannot be touched. Avec nos bons senses, nous pas pour une soul. We will not be able to perceive the soul through the senses. Ça c'est N. Deuxième. There's no difference between the Atman and the Brahman. Atma qui na dans nous kutli sorti from Brahman. Est-ce que they are different? No. I won't be wrong to say that Harsh is God. Vishnu is God. Sanjeev is God. You are God. I am God. We are all God. Bien sûr qu'il ne pas behave comme God. Ça, c'est une autre affaire. But we are all God because we possess God in us, in the form of the soul, in the form of the Atman. Right? So this is the third illustration ou capable écrit about the banyan seed. Bon, men jazo li ka demande une question, one illustration. Li capable mention aussi qui illustration, hein? Peut-être li pour dire the banyan tree seed illustration. Là où écrit. The point here, you have to know all the 4 illustrations. Now get dernier illustration. The salt and water illustration. The father, Udalaka Aruni Jesugason, bring a glass of water. You put some salt in it and you keep it overnight. Next day, Izeli amen the glass of water. And to say where to show, sorry, not to say, but to show where the salt is. It emits salt in the water. So Papa demanded where the salt is. But the salt is dissolved. Of course, it will dissolve no, in the water. We can't see the salt, okay? Ça, du sel là, nous pas pour trouver dans de l'eau là parce qu'il infini dissolve, l'invine N or de l'eau là, non? Est-ce qu'il veut dire que de l'eau là n'est pas salty? À cause mon papa trouve salt là-dedans, I tell you the water is not salty. Is it right? No. It has salt, mais nous pas trouve li. In a God dans nous pas trouve li. God is in everyone, nous pas trouve li. Right? So then the father said to drink the water from different surfaces, from different sides to drink the water. Then the conclusion, of course, came that the water is salty. Il n'y a pas de comment ou pour boire de l'eau là pour salty. Right? So God in the same way, you can't see God, no, nous pas pour God personified dans Bandimun, dans nous, etc. But God exists. God is here. God is omnipresent. Omnipresent, I told you. God is everywhere. God is omnipresent. Li partout. Il n'y a pas de qui ou qu'à penser. Even in a tiny dust, dans la poussière, in our God. In everything there is God. In the food that we eat, in the water, in the sun. Dans la case, dans la table, whatever. God is everywhere. God is omnipresent. Pareil, comment ça de l'eau là? From different surfaces, you are going to drink it. It will always remain salty, but you can't see, right? This is the 4th illustration, which you can write the salt and water. You have to learn all of them